Now this is the end of the first cycle for polishing our gemstones in this really cool rock tumbler from KoolStone. Now let's open it up, see how they compare to how we first started with the gemstones, and I'll kind of go over everything that comes in the kit. Now first off, the base has been really solid. It works really well. It is decently quiet. We put this in our basement and we weren't able to hear it on any other floors that we were on. On the side here, it does have a belt system that rotates the barrel around, and it does come with some extra belts if you do need to replace them at any time. Now as for the barrel itself, you just kind of twist this knob off. Just pop that top off. You may have to use a screwdriver. They do provide one for you. And then you're just going to want to remove this inner lid. You can put the knob, screw that back on. Makes it just a little bit easier to take this inner lid off. When you open it up, you can see the gritty water. We're definitely going to want to rinse these off, clean them up so we can see what the gemstones look like. And when you do rinse these off, you're going to want to do it in a bowl or do it outside. It's not something that you're going to want to have go down your drain. What's really nice is it comes with this strainer too, so that can just kind of help filter everything out. And if you remember, we put the gemstones and we also have some ceramic pellets in here that you're going to see along with it. Wow, look at those. Now when you first pull these gemstones out, you can just see how polished they are. They're just so much smoother than when we originally started with. Now it does say to go for about 6 days with the first step. We went 7 or 8 just to make sure that they were extra smooth. And I'm really glad we did because these things are just beautiful. On to the second cycle. It does come with all the grit that's needed for all 4 cycles. And we're gonna use the medium grit now, which is used for smoothing the gemstones out. So I'll show you the whole process behind that. It does come with an instruction book. It does a great job at just detailing everything out step by step for you. So what we're gonna do is add our gemstones back to the rock tumbler. You're gonna want it filled about halfway full. You can see that the gemstones don't fill it up all the way. So we're gonna use some of that ceramic media. Just kind of pour that back in here just to make sure that we have this thing at least halfway full. And then we're gonna take that number 2 grit, just pour it right into the barrel. Now this stuff can be a little bit messy, so you're gonna wanna make sure that you get this directly into the barrel. And you did a great job. And then we're just gonna wanna cover up those rocks with the water. So we're gonna pour just enough water in there just to cover over the top of the rocks. All right, then just reverse the steps. We're gonna make sure that this top lid is securely placed on here. There is some rubber around there just to kind of seal everything up. That way that water doesn't leak out. Then we can place the metal lid right on top. Push that down, screw our knob right back in, tighten that up. And after we have the barrel all tightened up, we're gonna place it right on top, just like that. And you can see in the instruction booklet, it does give you suggested tumbling times for each cycle. And since we are on the medium grind, grit number 2, this is gonna go for 6 to 8 days, and it's gonna go at a speed of 2. So to turn it on, you're just gonna hit the power button right in the front. That turns it on. The button's over here for the days, so we'll go all the way to 8 days, and then we'll go up to speed number 2. And it's as simple as that. You just kind of set it and forget it. So you can hear the noise of the rock tumbler when it is on. Like I said, I did have this in my basement. I think another great place for it would be your garage as well. So just to kind of keep it tucked out of the way. That way you're not hearing it. And if you do need to pause it, you could just hit the pause button. And that way you can pause it, kind of keep your settings there. So if you do want to check it periodically throughout each cycle, you can do that. So that is everything. We were able to compare what the gemstones look like from when we first started through the end of the first cycle. We're now on to cycle 2. And we are just very excited to see what these are gonna look like when they're all done. So if you're looking for a really nice rock tumbler, this one right here from KoolStone's a great choice. Thanks for watching.